I get the pleasure to bring on our brand new Jade. Natalie, I think he's put Indiana in the thing there, out of Indiana, just at Jade Ambassador. All the groups are just lighting up. And she's a mom, she's a former teacher, and she's been in network marketing for about 11 years. And we're so excited, Natalie, to have you here. So excited to hear your story and kind of where you've been and what the heck brought you here. Why are you talking travel? Like, why would you do something like that? So everybody give it up for Natalie. And again, congratulations on Jade. I know this is just one little step along your amazing journey, right? So I'm going to turn it over to you and whatever's on your heart, whatever you want to share. And then welcome, welcome, welcome. Congratulations again.
Hi, thank you. I'm so glad and honored to be here because you guys, I had Jade on my radar for quite a while now and have just been so excited when I saw that Tom and Kim they're like, did you hit it? Did you hit it? And I actually hadn't been checking. I was like working away, trying to reach it, make sure I was reaching it on Saturday. And then I was like, well, let me refresh because it might have updated. I was literally 1 point away for like a day. And I was like, it finally went. So super excited. And one of the things that's what I love about this company is it's when you get going, right, and you stay at it and you keep consistent, it's just a matter of time to reach those goals and to get where you want to go because of how they've structured this and what they've created for us here. So yeah, like he said, my name is Natalie Lawson and I'm a newer mom. My son's about 19 months old and I taught for about 13 years. And I also, about 3 years into teaching, that's when I really got started into network marketing in 2014 and just really I saw right away the vision of what this industry could do. Caught that right away and always built alongside of teaching. I brought my husband home, like used my business to replace his income so he could pursue his passions and dream and invest in the things that he needed to. And then we had my son. And so for me, it was like, okay, I've got to get home because that was ultimately my big dream was to be a stay-at-home mom and be a present mom, travel the world, be in ministry and still provide for our family. Like I wanted to build generational wealth and I saw network marketing as a way to do that. But over time, I had to, like a lot of people, I had to make some pivots. And the last company I was with, I'd put my heart and soul into. And right as I was resigning from teaching and we were moving cities and just definitely in a full transition, things happened there and to where it definitely impacted my income almost overnight, it felt like. And so that was really hard. And what's funny is I had a mentor who kind of convinced me to like, hey, you should really do travel. Like you should look into this. And I was not really, I'd look into travel. I love to travel. I had looked at travel clubs before and never found anything that I liked. I felt like everything kind of fit me into a box. And so I never was really that interested or didn't see like a compensation that I felt like was, worth me like changing everything I was doing. And so, but then I thought, you know what, maybe I should. And I kept praying about it. I was like, okay, let me try and do this. But the difference was this was a startup travel company. Everything was just so wonky. And but I caught the vision for that too. And I'm grateful for that. But during that, I saw Christy Garrity, I saw Julie Burke, Angel Whitmire, I saw these leaders launching this. And so I definitely kept it on my radar. And I eventually had to kind of just get over my ego, get over my just being worried about people pleasing or worrying about like letting people down to realize like, am I really gonna like pivot again and completely rebuild? Like, do I really want to do that? Can I do that? I don't know if you've ever felt that way when you're in rebuilding and you've seen the success that you've had over the years and you're like, can I do that again? And so, but I knew, right? For me, it was a matter of putting food on our table and like I had to either choose, am I going to go back into the classroom or am I going to build a business? And so I knew I was like, I do not want to go back in the classroom. Like this has to be, I have to do this for our family. We were funny enough. I was actually getting ready. I'd already planned like a year back prior, a huge family trip with my cousins. We were all going to Europe for 2 weeks. And I was also like, well, I don't even really have money to go spend in Europe now. And so I talked to Christy and Tom. I prayed over this and I got started. And I said, Christy, what did you do? Like, how did you build this? And so one of the things I'll tell you guys is, and what I feel like has always brought me, certain amounts of success was because I was willing to plug in. I was willing to duplicate whatever my leaders were doing and ask the questions and take initiative. And so she said, I reached out to 200 people in 3 days. I'm like, well, I don't know if I'll get it through 200 people, but I'm gonna. So I just got on it. I started calling people. I made sure I was messaging people. I started, posting some on social media. But I want you guys to know, is like, I'm not like a huge influencer. I'm no one, not like that special to where I have people just flooding my inbox. And so I always made sure that like I knew I having those conversations, having those relationships, that's what matters. And so making sure I was being the one to reach out to people, and I'm kicking myself because there were people I didn't reach out to because I let fear get in the way, or I thought, well, they know me well enough, they'll reach out if they want to know. And I happened to see those people then get started, but not with me, with other people. And so let it be a lesson to you, is that if someone gets highlighted to you, if you think of somebody, like, don't second guess it, because they need to just hear from you and hear your excitement, hear your conviction. And who cares about the result, right? Like, let go of the result, but it's just a matter of like you doing the action and being willing to just stick with that, right? And stay consistent and keep showing up. Because I also believe social media can be your mission field. So regardless, it's like you have now a space to be able to go and impact people's lives, whether like from the message you share, from who you are and just how you show up, but then also what if this is something they've been praying for. And so because you were sharing, because Christy shared consistently on her page, right, it kept me being like, okay, finally, like, tell me more about this. What are you doing? And when I saw it, I truly couldn't see it because of the compensation plan, the business model. And so I realized, man, I'm like missing out on so much money for not coming here. And so that was really what, like, I just saw what was possible, and finally was like checking the boxes, because I'm like, wow, wait, I can also help build under my team. Like, I can help them also like earn money here and like rank advance. And so that was huge. And seeing that the company was debt free, that they already have a well established foundation. Because you guys, if you've ever been in a startup, like, I don't recommend it if you haven't, because like this is what's awesome about this company is launching North America, like one of the biggest markets, right? But it's already on a foundation and all the systems are in place, and we're bringing together incredible leaders who've already, like he just mentioned, Laura, who've already put systems and things in place for us to really plug into. And so that's really where it comes down to, is like, instead of like, too many people I think hesitate. So I just want to encourage you, is stop hesitating, stop overthinking and worrying about what people will or won't think, and really go all in with your mindset, especially, and go all in with the people that are here to partner with you, the incredible leaders that we have, like Jen and Tom and Kim and Christy, and see Christy Brandon, I think, is going to be talking tonight. Like, women and people and men that are here to really want, and Tony, here to see you win. And so don't wait until you know everything. Don't wait for the perfect systems. Don't wait until you feel ready. Just start, right? Just being like, okay, if your person says, well, who do you know? Like, who could you talk to right now? Who can we connect with this week? Don't say, well, I don't know. I don't. Yes, you can find those people, right? You can think about those people, pray over those people, like you will be highlighted who they are. But then go on your social media and think about, oh yeah, I didn't think of so and so. And just don't be afraid. We already have all the verbiage there, and then just make it your own, and just be excited. That's what really people need to hear. It's just the excitement. It doesn't have to be perfect, and being willing just to step in, to learn some new skills, to keep at it, to keep going and not give up, and know that it's just going to be a matter of time for you. And when people say no, because I've had plenty of people say no or maybe not respond, but it's keeping your head down, right? And realizing that no is usually almost always not right now. Literally, I just saw someone join the other day that was like a no at first, or was kind of wishy-washy, like, I don't know if I'm going to do this. But when you follow up, right, they almost always, right, will come back. It's just got to be timing. And it's usually too, sometimes they just need more information. So be willing to ask good questions. Ask them, well, what they need. Or they say, well, not right now. Ask them, hey, well, what makes you feel like right now is not the best time? Or hey, they say, I need to think about it. Okay, ask them, like, I'd love to help you while you're thinking about it. Tell me, what information do you still need to know or see that can help you make the best decision for you, right? And so that follow-up is actually where trust is built. It's where you get to transfer your belief, and where typically most people, right, they quit. They don't get the people because they don't follow up with them. But that's where the leaders win, because the leaders are willing to follow up and ask the questions, and keep reminding the people, hey, I'm not gone. And I think even just with, if you're struggling with, like, I won't always have friends and my close friends and family that join me, but here's what motivated me is, and I'm pretty self-motivated, and I think that if you want to be a leader, You've got to learn how to be self-motivated and hold yourself accountable. And it really just comes to being disciplined and not allowing your feelings or your emotions completely derail you from the goals and the dreams that you have. And so realizing that even I realized like, I just want to show anybody who tells me no, or maybe friends and family that don't really, always support or maybe jump in on things with me, right? Is show them that, hey, I'm consistent. I'm taking this seriously. This is a true business for me. And I'm going to show up every day so that I can show them and myself that, like Jen just wrote here, yeah, posture, that this is something that I'm taking seriously. Like it's not just a hobby, and it's something that is actually changing, my family's financial future. And I can help other people do the same and keep borrowing the belief and the stories, the testimonies from other people. So if I can leave you with anything, it's just like, again, start. Like if you haven't started or you feel like you've been wishy-washy or whatever, like you can always start again and just get link arms, find your sponsor, find that leader that you can link arms with, that you can collaborate with, and you can start moving people from, hey, will you watch this? Great. Can I send you the video? Okay, awesome. It's 30 minutes. Can you watch it today or tomorrow? Okay, great. I'm going to circle back with you. But in the meantime, I'm going to connect you with my amazing friend and mentor who's been here, who can actually share her experience with you and help answer questions. You're going to love meeting her. And then start the group chat, get them into a group, if you have an ATM group or whatever, start letting the tools do the talking and the work for you. And then go show up on social, right? And use that tool to your advantage as well. But I just want to encourage you, don't be afraid to make that list. People will try and tell you, oh, don't make your hundreds list. If you don't have a list, you don't have a business. So start that list, even if it's two people right now, and keep adding to it, and adding to it, and adding to it as you go. And don't forget, like he mentioned Phoenix, you guys, I've never missed an event in my entire career in this industry. It changes things for you because that's where you connect. That's where you develop. That's where you receive support, you start to collaborate, you cast vision, you get the vision, right? And it starts to build that belief and you get in that proximity and that growth. And take right now, right? Okay, how much is it going to cost you if you're like, well, I don't know if I can afford it. I don't know if I can get there. Okay, well, what do you need? How much is it going to cost you? Now set a goal for where do you need to be in the next month so that your commissions can now actually just fund your trip. And guess what? It's all still a tax write-off. So we want to see you there. It's going to be really incredible. We have amazing events happening. Team leaders are creating things for you guys as well. So you're going to want to be there and not miss out because this really is such a special time in our company's history. And you're here right now to get to be a part of that. So don't let that pass you by. But super grateful I got to come and share with you guys tonight. I hope that, inspired you or got you into action. And can't wait to hear and see some of you guys up here.
Oh, so much goodness. Now it's no wonder you're Jade. You're spoken like a true leader. I have so many notes I actually took because I'm a student. I will always be a student first, then I'll be a teacher. You said a couple things, and I want to go back to the basics because a lot of people get so much into their head. You were talking about the ego and what are my neighbors are going to think, and what are my friends going to think? I've done this before, and I've tried like all of that narrative, right? Let's just call it a narrative that plays in our head. But one thing that you said that really stuck out is you had a why. Obviously with newborn and your idea of not going back to the workforce and getting your husband home, like all these things are building up. So can you go back and touch on that? Because I feel like a lot of people come into this and they don't have that solid foundation. The thing that when 5 people, 6 people,
Yeah.
100 people tell you no, and that you're crazy and this is not going to work and no one travels and oh my God, here you go again. Your why moves you through all of that. Can you spend some time on that? Because it's so huge. I think we forget that when we share this with new people.
Yeah, and that is huge. And I think I don't know if it's just me. I mean, I've always been, I would say, like a big dreamer or just visionary. And I think that's so important. So if that's something that you feel like you struggle with a little bit, I just want to encourage you to dig into that. And, and if you're a believer, like pray over that, like where it says where there is no vision, the people perish. And so you have to be able to get the vision, right? The reason a lot of people partner here or partner with the company, right? Because you saw the vision. If the company didn't have vision, we wouldn't probably be here with them and we wouldn't know where they were going. So people need to know where you're going, but most importantly, you need to know where you're going. And
Mm.
so, yeah, it is digging in and find that. I know you might think, well, I want to, definitely travel more. Okay, great, but where do you want to travel? Why do you want to travel? I want to do missions. Okay, great, but what missions do you want to do? Like, who are you going to impact with that? If you need, I need to make a few $100s. Okay, great, but how much do you need to actually make? Like, if you need to get out of debt, do you know how much debt you're in? Do you know how much, like, what you would need to make monthly to start chipping away at that, to also, maybe fund other things that you want to do? So I think it really matters that you get clear on that, and like writing it down, journaling what that is. I love, my friend Janine talks about even like writing your day in the life. Like, what would be your perfect day?
Mm.
If time or money, right, wasn't a factor, what would that look like for you? And start allowing yourself to dream, start allowing yourself to envision what that life could be like. And yeah, and you guys, I will tell you, this has been me becoming a mom and getting to stay home with my son has been a 10-year vision. Like,
Mm.
and honestly, I thought about being a mom my entire life, but like when we really like wanted to step into that. And so some dreams take longer than you want them to take. But I always believe God's timing is perfect, and the doors will open when they need to. And don't despise your season of preparation. So hold on to that vision and keep leaning into it. And yeah, don't let the naysayers or the days of discouragement, because like disappointments will try and discourage you, but don't allow that to happen either, because that discouragement is what will try and sink in and keep hiding and right holding back or quitting. And that's just what, right, that's for me, that's what I'm like, that's what the enemy wants. So it's like you got to keep going because you know where you're headed. And imagine the like impact financially you can have on your family, because we're not meant to live in lack. So if you become successful, right, if you start creating the income and the increase, what would that do not only for your family, but think about what else you could say yes to, or who else you could say yes to, and where that generosity could go. So that's what anchors me. That's what keeps me going, even when it's harder. I'm like, why is things taking so much longer, right? But you keep like that in front of you, and it becomes more than just travel. It becomes more than just making money. It's like now this is the vehicle, but they've laid out this vehicle so well that it literally is just a matter of time if you're willing to think big and you're willing to do the work it requires and learn the skills. And you have the people here. I mean, this is the most, I don't know about you guys, but from my experience, and I have gotten the opportunity to work with amazing leaders and people, but I've never seen collaboration like this. I mean, I literally had another leader who does not earn off of me, and she literally found my number in the chat that Ilian has and called me like 30 minutes ago. And she just said, I just wanted to tell you, congratulations. I'm so excited for you that you hit Jade. Like, she went out of her way to do that. And that's the amazing people that we get to surround ourselves with here. So
I love it. You guys give it up for Natalie one more time. Give her some emojis, your favorite emoji, throw it in there. What a gift you are to our company. I cannot wait to see you in Phoenix. And it's such an honor to have all these amazing people with these past lives that you guys have had come to our company and just be your best. And so we all thank you for that. Here's all the emojis. Yes,
thank you,
yes, yes,
Tony.
yes.
Thanks
Guys,
so
light it up.
much.
Natalie, thank you so much. Congratulations again. I know we'll be celebrating another position, rank, advancement in Phoenix because your team is on El Fuego right now, on fire. So thank you.